This is News 6 Tonight.
Hello there, friends, and welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so glad to have you with us as we have made it to the midpoint of the work week.
Hump day, as we call it.
We're shaking. My name's Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gatson. Thank you so much for making time for us tonight for News 6 Tonight to catch up on some of the headlines, because people are really busy right now. And the other thing, the weather's so nice, everybody is outside touching grass.
Oh, yeah, go touch grass.
Everybody's outside.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I don't blame you. I do not blame
it's
you.
great outside.
But we want to get you caught up on some of the headlines that we've been talking about today. And one of the big stories locally today, bomb threats emailed into some 40 Florida school districts, including some right here in Central Florida. We're talking about Marion, Seminole, Sumter, and Brevard. And these were not just mild threats. They were serious enough for the FBI to now be involved in taking it very seriously. Our community correspondent, Mike Valenti, has more on that story.
When we met with a Brevard County spokesperson outside the district building Wednesday, we learned a little more about what was inside that emailed threat, including a demand for $1,000.
It was a threat against schools in general. There was no specific school mentioned, and it asked for a monetary amount to not, take action.
The suggested action, Janet Murnahan says, was the placement of bombs in schools, a threat that the Brevard County Sheriff's Office determined was not credible.
We sent an email to all parents within hours of receiving it, an email to all parents, there's full transparency that we've received this hoax of a threat, so that parents, can make their own decisions.
The other districts included in this mass email, Sumter, Marion, and Seminole. A spokesperson for Seminole says the email demanded payment in Bitcoin. Murnahan says that although Brevard district officials do not believe any danger exists here, they still ramped up law enforcement patrols outside their schools. In response to our request for comment Wednesday, a spokesperson with the FBI said the Bureau is aware of the threatening emails, going on to say, quote, "The FBI takes all reported threats seriously and, as always, encourages the public to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity to law enforcement immediately."
And that's what I like about this, because sometimes you think like, okay, I'm just being crazy. No, but this really doesn't mean anything. You have no idea. You have no idea who's sending what or what it means. And the FBI is like, any threat you get, especially about schools and our kids, we have to know about it and we have to take action. And they took action. Like, they knew early on that these were not real, that it was a hoax, but they still took the extra steps to make sure that everyone was safe.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because 40 schools, generic threat.
Yeah.
It feels like my money would be on a kid. Usually kids putting in these threats, but just the monetary value in this one, it's like that Austin Powers. This is an old reference. He's like, I'll charge you $1,000,000. You're supposed to put the camera on me, Chris. $1,000. And everybody's like, $1,000? Yeah, that sounds like
kid or not, it's serious, and whoever that person is in some serious trouble.
How many of these have we seen though, where they track this kid down and then they tell us, and they do a perp walk with this little kid in handcuffs making these stupid threats.
I know in
and they get
Volusia
in
County,
trouble.
they will do that because they want you to see, and they want the parents to know exactly. It's like, hey, we're not going to take it easy on your kid. You need to be watching what they're doing. And if they're going to be making threats like adult threats like this, then they're going to face adult consequences.
They have to take these threats seriously. I mean, how many
100%.
shootings and I mean,
100%.
not many bombings at
Yeah.
schools,
And
but
you're
these
targeting
threats,
schools.
You have to.
You
take
got their
seriously.
attention.
Yeah. Another school story that caught a lot of attention as well today. We have another school staff member in trouble at a local school that's really making parents anxious. So in Winter Springs, it's now a former teacher since the
Yeah,
investigation.
we weren't
just
sure
wrapped
what
up.
the role was.
Yeah, at first today we knew it was a school staff member, and then we have confirmed it's a teacher having inappropriate conversations with a student. It sounds like that's about as far as this ever went. No charges were filed against this person. It has been determined that there was no physical relationship,
Yeah.
but it appears that it was in that
It was inappropriate.
entry stages, or maybe it just got inappropriate and was never going to go farther. Parents are still obviously very uncomfortable with things like this happening in their school. Your community correspondent, Catherine Silver, spoke to these anxious parents.
I'm glad that they're no longer at the school, but I don't think it surprised anybody.
Unfortunately, it's these days kind of not surprising.
Parents we met at Winter Springs High School Wednesday were unsurprised but upset to learn a man who used to work here engaged in inappropriate communication with a student.
I saw something online, like on Facebook, parents talking about it.
Two of my sons that are students here came home and told me that there was a teacher that had had inappropriate relationships with a student here, but it was in the past.
A report taken by Winter Springs Police on September 30th shows a parent told investigators her son saw text messages on his ex-girlfriend's phone from a former school resource officer and now criminal justice academy instructor, and that some of the messages were explicit in nature. This week, the principal sent this message to families, informing them an investigation had just concluded. It confirmed there was no physical relationship with a student. We've also confirmed the former employee worked at Winter Springs High School for the last year. Before that, he worked at Journeys Academy, where he started with the district in 2022. And Sanford police tell us that he was a school resource officer at Seminole High School in 2021. He resigned from the department that same year.
So it's a weird time. You know, when we were kids, the cell phone thing hadn't really picked up yet. And I think it was harder for these teachers to talk to kids outside of school.
Yeah.
Now it's easy to get that cell phone number. I'm highly uncomfortable
Oh my
with a
gosh.
teacher having the cell phone number of the kid. That's just kind of an odd thing
Yeah.
that happens these days that never would have happened when we were kids.
No, that's for sure. But you rely on the adult to be the responsible one and not make contact with a child
Right.
outside. Even, in the school, it's fine. You can say, hey, Mr. Smith, whatever. But you don't call, you don't text, and you certainly don't initiate or try to initiate or have inappropriate conversations, because talk can always lead to something else. And thank goodness it did not lead to
Right.
to
Yeah.
that in
And
this
again, no
case. But
charges in this, but
yeah, but parents are still, it's like we've had so many issues in the schools, and I say so many, but we focused on, remember, we just did a story on Sable Point
that's right.
where, someone said they had harmful thoughts about harming students at the school, and the parents didn't find out until 9 days later.
Yeah.
But this person self-reported again and did not harm anyone. But, it's very concerning.
The
And-
school district in this case said as soon as they were notified about the allegations, they called Child Protective Services. Law
Yeah.
enforcement started investigating. Teacher was taken off the job. So all of that happened pretty quickly. We'll see if parents are okay with
I
it.
just feel for the parents. They have to be so weary. They're just exhausted. They're trying to get their kids to school on time and just get them where they need to be. And then that's the
I can
place
tell
where
you
they
firsthand, it
face
is
danger.
not easy to be a parent these
I-
days.
I
On
can-
top of that, all the social media garbage going on, it's
I know.
it's a crazy time.
Okay, you know what's a crazy time? How many times have you moved in your lifetime? Can you, how many cities have you lived in
I've
until you
lived
got
in
here?
4 different cities. Yeah.
So how many moves would you count? Because you didn't stay in the same place in those cities.
Yeah, more moves in between, so probably 5 or 6 moves in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah. And no,
I know you've had more than me.
I've lived in 5 different places, cities and states, and each time you move in an apartment till you figure out where you want to live. So now you got to move into, a townhouse or a house
Yeah.
or whatever. So there are probably 20 times is how far I've
Chris
moved.
Seltzer watching from 30,000 feet, still his favorite
What?
show. Look at that
Chris.
sweetheart. He's our former director.
He left us, so Chris, you know what? He
We
knows how
still
I feel
love
about
you.
it.
We do.
Exactly.
We still love
All right.
you.
Well, it's a pain to move. You take all, they have to pack up all your precious things, and you trust this moving company, and you always have to get
They
these
have
estimates.
everything
every
in your
single
life
one,
in a
yes.
truck. Yeah.
And you do your best to make sure you got the best company to move you. Our investigator, Erica Brugulio, spoke to a couple who only moved 35 miles, and their stuff was being held, the best term I could use is hostage, because all of a sudden the moving company wanted more than $3,000 extra for them to get their things. Here's Erica's report.
I was in tears.
A 35-mile move for Gail and Clarence Hairston cost them $30 more than they were quoted.
I said, that's holding our furniture hostage. He says, you can call it what you want.
Yeah.
You can't get it. We won't bring you your furniture until this is paid.
The couple hired Today's Move movers to help them move from Ocala to Leesburg. The initial quote they received, $1,100. The Hairstons paid more than $900 in deposits, but then on moving day, they were told to pay thousands more or their stuff would be locked up in storage.
So we had to get
36.
$36.22
Yeah.
and 56 cents in cash
Yes, ma'am.
in 30 minutes. That was a gut punch.
Their daughter sent them the money, but once their items were unloaded at their new home, the Hairstons found their furniture scratched, a table leg broken, and their dishes shattered. Today's Move Movers is part of Thompson Nation Holdings, LLC. Its address is listed as this office building along Silver Star Road in Orlando. When I went inside to speak with someone, the office was vacant. And according to this administrative complaint, it appears a state investigator found the same scene when he tried to hand-deliver documents in July. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services has received nearly 200 complaints about Thompson Nation Holdings, as well as its 24 moving companies. This notice from the state says the business violated a slew of Florida statutes, including withholding goods even though the customer already paid. Thompson Nation Holdings is banned from moving any household goods in the state of Florida. The state also denied the company from renewing its license. And as for the Hairstons, they tell me they plan to go to small claims court to try to get that money back. We'll let you know what happens.
I really hope they can get that money back. And who knows where that money actually went, because it seems very sus to me that they wanted cash. And you've had this happen to you before.
This is a story as old as time. It happened to me. My first news job was in Idaho, right? I'm from Florida. First job in Idaho. We get out there. I have $0 to my name, except for exactly the amount I need to pay these people. And when it's always the case when you go and you talk to the moving company and the guy answers, he's like, "Hey, how you doing today, Mr. Austin? Good to see you." And then you have a problem, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
they were late, and so I called the same number. The guy picks up, "Movers." I'm like,
Is that the same guy?
the guy that I was. Where's the guy? The sweet guy I talked. No,
You don't get him.
Hey, yeah. And then they totally did the same thing.
Yeah.
We'll just drive back if you don't pay us in cash.
And here you are, you're this young guy just starting out your career, and you need your stuff, right? You don't know at the time. It's like, okay, no, you're not going to drive away with my things. And no one says that. Even this couple, they seem very experienced and frightened because all of their things are in that
You're
truck.
very vulnerable.
Oh my gosh. And it's so
And they know
terrible.
that. So
Of
they
course
charge
they
you
know that.
extra. They say it weighs extra poundage, then they quote you and blame it on you. Well, you didn't tell us you had so much stuff.
No, it's your job. That's why you come out and you do an estimate.
Right.
There's an estimate for a reason. So hopefully they can get some of that money back. But it just makes, there's a red flag when they say we need cash and we need it in 30 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, what are you, Domino's? No.
Seriously. Next time I move, I'm going to have you help me because I don't want to hire these people.
No, sir.
I know you'll be there for me. Your husband will at least. All right, we're going to take a quick break. He's got a truck too. And we've got a lot more coming for you, including interesting impact on food banks with the federal shutdown happening and the strain that it's putting on local food banks. That's coming up after the break.
Yeah, and you got the latest from the sheriff just a little while ago, I think. So we'll make sure we have that for News 6 tonight. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We know you're busy, but news doesn't stop, and neither do we.
That's right. And this is News 6 Tonight, where we leverage this entire busy newsroom with our community correspondents, our producers, our content desk, and then we filter through that. We have a casual conversation about the news that impacts Central Florida.
Yeah, we live here in the community, and we rely on you for our neighborhood network because you're our eyes and ears as well, and we can't do it without you.
So you can watch us all over the place, YouTube, News 6 Plus app, and clickorlando.com. While you're here, feel free to engage. Let us know who you are and where you're from. Hey, welcome back to News 6 Tonight. Well, if you are in a high-paying job, you own a bunch of stocks, have a big 401k, this economy is great for you right now.
But
People
that's not
are
everyone.
very happy.
Yeah.
However, if you're low income, if you're maybe out of work,
Paycheck
if
to
you're
paycheck.
minimum wage,
Yeah.
or not even that. If you're just paycheck to paycheck, maybe a federal worker like a TSA agent, it's a struggle right now. Inflation's up, everything's more expensive, and food banks have been in a strain before all of this happened.
Yeah.
And now the federal government has shut down, and you have TSA agents and many others who are working without paychecks right
I think
now,
this is
or
the
they're
first period where they're coming up where they will not have a paycheck, but they still have to pay bills.
right. And you'll hear a lot of politicians. I interviewed a politician the other day who was like, well, they're going to get that money back.
They need it
They
now.
need it now. Yeah, like they're coming up on that first pay period.
I can't eat a promise.
I think it's about, it's been 15 days, and that next pay period was about 2 weeks. So I think they just had their first pay period where they're having no check. And so they're having to go to food banks to try to get fed, which is really sad. Our your community correspondent, Laverne McGee, tells us more about the surge in need at these local food banks. All right. I don't think our video worked there.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Because you know
It's
what?
a really
The
good
thing is,
story.
it's such a good story because the first person she spoke to was a gentleman who was so, I mean, he was in tears practically because he was able to get some food for his family because he was like, "There's no milk in
No
the
milk
fridge."
and no cereal, right? Just things that you take for granted having in the
Exactly,
house.
and you know, and okay, is it
now?
ready? Yeah,
All
let's
right,
do.
let's take a look.
As the food bank works to keep Morales and his family fed, it's preparing for even more.
I don't have no milk in my house and cereal. I'm like, it's touching me. It's touching me right now. I'm so sorry.
Service technician Laudelino Morales has been out of work for weeks. As he looks for a job, the food bank and the Church and Community Assistance Program is a lifeline.
It's really tough right now in these days, especially, like I said, the holidays around the corner. You know, you don't know if you're going to have Thanksgiving or not.
As the food bank works to keep Morales and his family fed, it's preparing for even more hungry mouths to feed. Government workers will miss their first paycheck this week. Olga Gonzalez is the former mayor of Kissimmee. She founded this nonprofit back in 1999.
This shutdown, I don't think it was called for because they know people are hurting because of this shutdown.
Across the state, there are nearly 95,000 federal workers who've been furloughed or are working without pay. As bills pile up, Olga hopes the food bank can help bridge the gap.
And it's not a handout, it's a hand up. So I let people know, don't feel bad because you're coming to get a box of food. You need to survive. And we're here to help you survive.
That's, you know, as a community, we have to figure out how to help more people like the gentleman in this story and other families too. He's unfortunately out of work and has been looking for work for a while now. But Laverne mentioned you got the holidays coming up, and that's when people really, really need it. And whenever we do those turkey giveaways, the lines start at midnight for a reason.
It's
Midnight.
True. You're right. Yeah, when the turkey giveaways, a lot of the law firms, PennDOS does it locally.
Yeah, he does it every year.
And you will see, we've taken helicopter shots before of just that huge long line of
Yeah.
people just waiting for a frozen turkey and some fixing.
Yeah, for their families. And, people are just always just trying to just hold it together. And we forget how delicate it is for some people, because if you're blessed enough to not live paycheck to paycheck and you have what they say, you can have the standard 6 months savings somewhere, or even 3 months or whatever. If you're blessed enough to have that, then good on you. But everyone doesn't have that, because we're always talking about the jobs here in Central Florida that don't pay enough money for some of the workers. The minimum wage needs to go up, and these families.
You're
just
talking about
need
the theme parks. Yeah, tens of thousands of
Yeah.
workers are low-wage workers who we need. Our economy is
100%.
built on their backs.
Yeah.
And they're not taken care of as much as they should be. All right, let's get you to weather. We have our meteorologist, Jonathan Kegas, taking a look at things as gloomy as the news can be sometimes. And there were some gloomy spots to this day. It wasn't perfect
But
like
this
the
week
last
has
few
been a
days.
ray of sunshine compared to what we
Geez,
saw
how
a couple
quickly
of
we
weeks ago.
complain already that we have clouds back in our sky. Remember what we had
Correct.
last week?
Calm
Well,
down.
Holy
remind me
cow.
not to send my complaints to you. Geez, no empathy.
He's the person.
You will get-
my
yeah,
delicate
you will get zero
skin
of
got
that from
rained
me.
on today.
Lisa Bell got rained on today. Holy cow. She got a lot of rain.
She got her a lot of rain, and she was mad because her husband fertilized.
She's like a cat when she gets wet, too. She gets angry.
We can pull the tape too. On Monday, I said if you need to spray anything that includes fertilizer, a deck, and even on Friday, you were
did
like,
say
no
that.
one wants to be spraying that stuff on a weekend and enjoy the weather. Pull
What
the-
happened?
No,
He's coming in hot on me today.
yeah,
'Cause he's
you know
right.
what,
Show us
it's-
a map or something. to
Here's the
play off
deal.
me, Kegas.
We have, because you know what? We have like 2 weeks left of like hurricane season goes to the end of November 30th.
Mhm.
I hate social media, guys. I'm just reading comments. This is
Why do you do this
caught
to
me at a
yourself?
bad time. Holy cow, man! So we got about like 2 more weeks of potential activity, something to track. So I'm just a little. I'm caffeinated tonight.
It's okay.
Anyway,
It's
I
okay.
thought I
We'll
was
have
getting
it.
a little extra juice there. So a caffeinated Kegas has
Just bring
been
in the
looking at
smoke.
troll comments and
Oh,
other
yeah.
internet people saying that this
can't-
hurricane that's like 20 days out is going to hit us right now. Is that what they're saying?
I mean, pretty much. No, exactly. Because here's the thing: like people, models are difficult. They're made up of physics and math equations and stuff like that, and they have their biases, and people share that stuff. Can you hear me? I think I have my mic.
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
we
no,
got
you're
you.
fine.
Okay. It's right. We were tied. See, I don't even know what I'm
Preach.
talking about.
Preach.
And it's just
What else did you
when you
have with that
blindly
caffeine?
share stuff and you know that it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's the thing that gets me. So
Because you don't want people
Yeah.
to panic for no reason. And that's all these guys. I'll be nice and call them guys. I know you guys, you call them something else. But
they live under a bridge in the fairy tales.
Trolls?
Yeah, boy.
But I mean, that's why we need people like you, the voice of reason, a scientist. You know the science, you study it. That's what you day in and day out. Probably more hours of the day than you probably should. But you know, you live
Yes.
you live this stuff. But that's why you're so reliable, because you know it.
Yeah, and we'll see. Obviously, not perfect. Obviously, nobody is. But you know, it's this potential thing. It's 7 to 10 days away from developing in the Caribbean. I mean, like it's like 7 to 10 days away from its development point, let alone any
Yeah.
kind of potential impact.
It's a mist right now.
What?
It's a mist right now, basically. Yeah. Like
Basically, yes.
little
100%.
dust in the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All
we're gonna obviously at 9:30 tonight, we're gonna talk a lot about that. I'm gonna show you some of the individual ensemble members that we use and talk about, you know, what we should be looking at this time. I know there's a lot of people that like to look at the models and stuff. Well, we're gonna kind of direct you in that location if you do like to look at that stuff for yourself and look at the data. We're gonna talk about which data to look at.
Yeah, I'm going to get into your comments. I like how you handle people.
I had to block somebody 2 nights ago, or the time was the timeout. I think I gave him a time. I'm a little lenient. It's timeout first.
Yeah.
And then you only get
Then
one
you get
shot
cut
though.
off.
Just
Yeah,
keep
you're
it on
done.
them
Yeah.
and keep your anger away
fine.
from me, Kagas.
Oh,
All right,
don't
thanks,
worry.
buddy.
I
Check
You don't
him
want
out.
that smoke.
Check him
never
out. He's
angry at you
just
guys.
an angry
Never.
Penn State fan. That's all he is.
He's
Mad
not
'cause
a
coach
fan.
got
It's true.
fired.
It's been a rough weekend.
Oh my gosh, it's
Look,
fine.
I'm a Florida
We're-
State fan. Things are going terrible.
I was
for
gonna
us.
say,
You don't see me
Guys,
yelling at people.
it's just
hey,
sports.
you have
it's going
you
to be
at least
okay.
have a head coach.
barely.
Okay, and we have recruits decommitting. It's
I know.
What is this show turned into?
It's a sports
I
show.
don't know.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is
No, it's
getting
great.
wild.
It's great.
Don't
Jonathan,
let me have coffee
Barstool
past
News
9
6.
o'clock, guys.
we'll see you at 9:30,
Thanks,
Jonathan.
All
Bye.
right.
All right. When we come back, we're going to bring you an update on one of my favorite stories on some of our tiniest little creatures getting some help.
Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also, good looking. Because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh.
All right, welcome back. We're going to get right to it. Last week, we told you about these little hatchlings that were getting caught in seaweed because of the rough seas. Well, our Paul Giorgio went back to check and see how these little turtles were doing.
Controlled chaos is probably the way I would call it.
There's a full house at the Brevard Zoo's Sea Turtle Healing Center.
ICP. Come here, P.
Shannon Gann has her hands full.
Little P.
What does that mean?
He's marked as a P.
The Sea Turtle Program's manager has been doing this for 25 years.
So we're just picking them up and putting them in the bins.
You might say she has a soft spot
They are very adorable.
for hard shells.
So we're going to go ahead and get some more of these out.
The center has 19 tanks to handle turtles of all sizes and needs.
And it's a frenzy in here because there's lots of little hatchlings.
And right now, they need them. The Rehabilitation Center has taken in about 650 baby turtles in the last few weeks.
Look, 650 in the past few weeks, but they are getting stronger. I love that. I think part of it is that they had tummy time. Just like little babies.
Some of them had little bites taken out.
I know.
Love seeing them take care of them. And we love seeing you. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock right here on News 6 Tonight.
Bye.